Welcome back. So now we shall discuss on the title access control mechanism. So access control mechanism are essential tool in the risk management. They ensure that only authorized individuals or a system can access a specific resources, reducing the risk of the unauthorized access, data breaches, and other security incidents. By enforcing the security policies, these mechanisms help organization to mitigate the risk associated with the unauthorized access. So let us explore the most common access control mechanism used in the information security one by one. So the first one would be the authentication. It is the process of identifying of users or the system attempting to access resources. So common authentication methods include passwords, biometrics, security tokens, and smart cards. The last one would be the multi-factor authentication. As an example, a banking app requires users to enter the password and then confirm their identity with a fingerprint scan or a OTP to their mobile phone. Next one would be authorization. Authorization determines what actions are authenticated users or the systems is allowed to perform on a resource. The common authorization mechanisms include access control, list, role-based access control, attribute-based access control. So when you say it is an access control list, so specify which users can access which resources and what operation they can perform. When you call it as a role-based access control, assign permission based on the user role. Example, like we call it as an admin, user, or guest. And the third one would be attribute-based access control. So grants access based on the user attribute, resource types, and environmental factors. Okay. So as a real-world example, in a hospital systems, doctor can access and edit patient records, while the administrative staffs can only view the non-medical information. And the next one would be encryption. So this encryption decodes the data so that only authorized parties can access it, protecting information both at rest and in transit. So data at rest, the file is stored on the server or the devices are encrypted to prevent access if the device is lost or stolen. So data in transit. Information sent over the network is encrypted to prevent the interception by the attackers. As a real world example, a messaging app encrypts all the messages end to end, so only the sender and receiver can read them even if intercepted. Next one is access control list. So this ACLs are a list of permissions attached to an object like a file or a directory. So these ACL specify which user or systems are granted access rights and what operations like read, write, execute, or delete that can perform. As a real world example, a file server uses ACLs to ensure only HR staff can access the payroll files while other employees can't even view them. And the next is firewalls and network segmentation. So firewalls are security device or a software that monitor and control the incoming and outgoing network traffic based on the predetermined rules. This network segmentation involves dividing a network into a smaller segment to restrict unauthorized access and limit the potential impact of breaches. As an example, a company segments its network to a sensitive financial systems are isolated from a general office computers and uses firewall to block the unauthorized traffic. So next is intrusion reduction and prevention system. We call it as IDPS. So this IDPS monitor a network traffic for a sign of malicious activity or a policy violations. So they can automatically take action or a block or mitigate threats, helping detect and prevent the unauthorized access, data breaches, and other incidents in real time. As an example, the e-commerce website uses IDPS to detect and block the suspicious login attempts from unknown locations. And the next is identity and access management. So we simply call it as an IAM. So this IAM systems centralize the management of user identities, credentials, and access rights across the organization IT infrastructure. So this IAM helps the streamline access control, enforce security policy, and ensures compliance with regulations. As an example, a company uses IAM software to manage employee access control to cloud applications, automatically revoking the access when someone leaves the organization. Next comes the physical access control. So this physical access control include measures like locks, access cards, biometric scanners, and surveillance cameras. So these control regulate the access to the physical facilities, equipment, and the resources, preventing the unauthorized individuals from accessing the sensitive areas. As a real world example, a data center usage batch uses a batch readers and the fingerprint scanners at all entry point to restrict the access to the unauthorized personnel only. And next, importance of effective access control. By implementing the effectively managing these access control mechanisms, organization can significantly reduce the livelihood and the impact of the security breaches, data leaks, and other risks associated and unauthorized access. Regular monitoring updates and the audits are essential to ensure the ongoing effectiveness. As a real-time example, a company conducts a regular audit of access logs and update permission as roles changes to maintain a strong security. So, to summarize this access control mechanism, so this access control mechanism such as authentication, authorization, encryption, ACLs, firewalls, IDPS, IAM, and physical controls are vital for protecting the information systems. So, this effective access control reduces the risk of the unauthorized access and the data breaches. And regular views, updates, and the user training are necessary to adapt to the evolving threats and maintain the robust security. So, this is the end of this title, access control mechanism. We'll meet you in another new topic. Thank you.